It's a lovely afternoon and welcome to Makeni Cosmopolitan, yes. And we are here just to do an interview concerning the animal that you can see in the background. This is not an ordinary animal, it's a camel, and I'm sure most of you are fascinated with this animal. So to get us through as we talk about this animal is Mr. Omar Hassa. Mr. Hassa, welcome to this interview.
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
First and foremost, I would like to find out, why did you decide to bring a camel in Zambia? Because these are rare animals right here in Zambia.
First of all, I'm originally an Arab from Egypt, and our ancestors have grown up with these animals. But unfortunately, my children have never seen a camel because they have been born in Zambia and grown up in Zambia. So what brought the idea to my mind is in 2020, I visited Tanzania, in particular Dar es Salaam. And I visited the zoo in Dar es Salaam and I found a lot of camels there. So at that time, by then, I didn't think that camels could survive in any other environment other than the desert. But when I found camels in neighboring countries, that's when I started to think and wonder why we didn't have camels here in Zambia. So I came to learn later on that we had camels in Mundawanga some time back. But unfortunately, as right now, there were no camels, so nobody had the opportunity to see camels. And then when I developed the interest in camels after seeing them in Tanzania, I tried to do some more research about camels and I discovered that there is a lot of demand for the milk as well. It's very medicinal, so I decided to venture into the camel farming and also the tourism part of it, which is the camel riding as well. So this camel here is well trained now. We are charging here for rides, 200 kwacha at the mall. And we are planning to also participate at the Agritech Expo, God willing, and also the trade fair, Zambia agriculture show in Lusaka here. We are planning to take the camel to all these places so that everyone in Zambia can have the privilege to see a camel. Yes, please.
Okay, well said. Just run us through some of the benefits of camel's milk.
The camel milk, first of all, is actually, it's believed to be the milk which resembles the human milk the most out of all animals. And camel milk doesn't have lactose, so those people who are lactose intolerant, it's very good for those people. It has also been discovered recently that it's a good medicine for autism, children with autism, and also it's very good for people with diabetes, blood cancer, leukemia, and a lot of other diseases. So even when I research online, even for malaria, so camel milk is very, very medicinal and very, very healthy compared to any other milk, because camels, especially camels, they always choose what to eat. So they choose to eat medicinal herbs most of the time. They know the herbs which are medicinal. So when they eat that, and then they give that out in the milk as well. Yeah.
Okay, so you've just highlighted on the aspect of the benefits of the camel's milk. Let's also look at the meat itself. How good is camel's meat?
The camel meat is very lean meat, doesn't have a lot of fats, so it has very little cholesterol. And it is very healthy meat as well. So this information also our audience can read about on the internet about camel meat and camel milk. They are very common in countries like Somalia and Kenya, where this is one of the most common meats in Kenya. But here in Zambia, just because we have very few camels, these camels have just come in recently. They were imported, so they have costed a lot on transport. So I don't think we'll be having camel meat very soon, because the camels are still costing a lot in Zambia since they have just come in. But as they start breeding and reproducing and become more, it is one of the livestock, just like cows and other animals. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have a specific community as to where you'll be delivering your milk when the time comes for you to start milking these animals?
Initially, I thought that it's only the Somalians and the Arabs and people that know who keep camels in their countries that knew about the milk. But today I was astonished at the mall. A lot of Zambians as well who have got a bit of idea about the milk, because there was a lady recently who passed through. She was asking about milk, and she said she has been reading about camel milk. Some also who have traveled to Dubai and other countries and have had the milk there. They are also looking for the milk. But of course the biggest market is the Somalians, because they are in their country, that's the only milk they know. Okay. So when they come here, they get sick of the cow milk. They're looking for camel milk. And the prices can reach up to 500 kwacha per liter for camel milk. Yes.
Mr. Hassa, one thing that I know is when you move from one place to another, there's that change of environment. Of course, there's also change of weather and temperatures. These animals are known to live much in the desert areas where it's extremely hot. And having moved them from where they are to here in Zambia, what challenges did you face with these animals right now as you have moved them to Zambia? Are there any challenges?
First of all, these camels were imported from a very close neighboring country, which is Malawi, Lilongwe. Initially, they were imported in Malawi. The original owners originally imported them from Tanzania, and Tanzania had imported them from Kenya. So these camels have not really lived in a desert. They were born in similar environment, and they were not moved from the desert directly to here. They have been born in African countries with very similar weather conditions, and actually, because they are able to live in those harsh conditions like the desert, which has less food and very hot, these conditions are more favorable to them. So we have not had any challenges. Actually, when the camels came, they were not in the same state. Right now, they have put on more weight and they are looking more better, more healthy right now. Yeah.
So, how many of these animals do you have at your farm?
We imported 30 camels. Right now, we have remained with 12. So we have sold about 18 of them so far already.
So they're selling like hotcakes, huh? That's good. And the other thing that I may want to find out is how soon do we see you, Mr. Hassa, going into milking these animals so that the citizenry can benefit on the health, on the nutrition aspect of the camel's milk?
We have got 5 pregnant females right now. 2 of them are expecting any time. So immediately we have that. We have already imported the milking machines. And I'm sure within 3 or 4 months from now, we will start selling milk very soon, very soon. Yeah, unless somebody buys those females. With us, we are business people. So if somebody offers for them, we are going to import some more. So we might sell them. But if we still have them by the time they give birth, then we'll be selling the milk.
It is a rare kind of farming where one would keep an animal of this nature. From your own understanding and in your own perspective, what would you enlighten the Zambians who might be looking at this kind of farming to be something that may not be worth doing or undertaking? How lucrative is this kind of farming?
First of all, camels put on more weight than most of other animals. Even compared to cows, they can actually have a larger weight, which means in terms of meat, people can have more meat and they can get more income when they bring up a camel for meat, for example. The milk has got more demand, it's more nutritious and more friendly to the digestive system, so we have to look into the issue of camels. The other thing is camels are very resistant to disease compared to other animals. They can eat plants, especially dry grass, they can eat cactus, they can eat different type of poisonous flowers which other animals will not eat. So first of all, they don't cause a competition on grazing with other animals. Because they usually eat things like acacia trees and in Zambia we have a lot of bush. So these animals will do much better because you see things like drought. You see this is the first year now that we are having a bit of a drought. And with such kind of droughts, if we have other years of such droughts, camels will be the animal of choice because other animals will not survive these harsh conditions of droughts like goats and sheep and cows. You cannot compare them to camels, and that's why camels are able to survive in areas where there's very little food. So first of all, they eat less food, and they don't. They will never eat in the same area to finish the food in that area. So they are very environmental friendly. They will eat a little bit, and they always want to move and eat from other areas. So they are used to moving from one area to the other and just eating a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now we are at the mall, and the whole reason why Mr. Hassa is here is to enable the citizenry as well as the people moving around to have a joyride on a camel. But this being not a familiar animal, in a sense that a lot of people just see it in books and on television sets, they might be afraid to have a joyride. How friendly is a camel to the people out there?
Well, the camel is very friendly. A lot of people have been taking pictures with it coming close. Of course, some of them are a bit scared to ride because of the height. They think that they might fall off, although we have made a very safe saddle with very large handles, as you can see, so that somebody can hold nicely. If we can get closer also to the camel, you see this is a very friendly animal. Say hi to the microphone. Yeah, you see, so he responds, he listens to the commands of sitting down, standing up, walking. So of course we started training him recently, so he's still getting more and more familiar with the commands. But as we continue and we walk him a lot and get a lot of people to ride him, he gets more and more friendly with people. But they are very docile animals by nature. Okay. Very friendly, very docile. They can be used for plowing. In a lot of countries they use them for plowing. They can pull heavy loads. Okay. They can carry a lot of weight. They can carry up to 350 kilos to 500 kilos on the back. So they can be used in the farms to move crops. And they can be used in a lot of environments. Actually, camels were used in Australia to discover Australia. When the Europeans went first to Australia, they took camels with them. They took people from Afghanistan with camels for them to be able to go through those harsh terrains. So camels can actually move in different, it's not only in sand, even in rocky areas. They climb over hills and mountains and rocks. Very, very strong animals.
I like the aspect of them being used in agriculture in terms of plowing, and Zambia being an agriculture-oriented nation. Do we see you in the near future hiring them out to do some plowing in the farms?
We'll be using one in our farm, but we would want people to buy and use them. I think it's difficult to hire out a camel because loading of a camel is quite a hectic job. It's a big animal, loading it, offloading it. So we would start with ourselves so that we can show a sample to people how they're able to do these jobs. Then people can buy them in the farms because a camel is much easier to handle than a donkey and then an ox cart. A cow is not usually a human being to use them. It's just that we have discovered other things and we've managed to manufacture vehicles and other things. But initially these are the animals that were used for transport and for lifting heavy loads, and they have served humanity for many centuries.
Your closing remarks concerning this kind of animal, which I'm sure a lot of people will be seeing time and again since now that they are here in Zambia.
I would like to tell people not to be scared of a camel. Before they buy a camel, they can come and visit us. They can spend time at our farm and interact with the camels. It's free of charge. They can come and interact. They can come and when we start having the milk, they can come and test some free milk. And they can come and ride them and interact with them so that they can get more friendly with them. These are beautiful animals, and camels are there in all our neighboring countries: Botswana, Namibia, Malawi. Not only in Lilongwe, but in other areas like Salima, Lower Shire, and a lot of areas in Malawi. Tanzania has a lot of camels. So this is the question back again to the same: why shouldn't we have camels also in Zambia? Why should our children grow up without seeing a camel in Zambia? So now we have the camels here. And we want people to come to the mall and to the shows, to the exhibitions, to come and interact with the camels so that they can break that fear. Yes, please.
Okay, so before I let you go, saving the best for last, is this a wild or a domesticated animal?
Camels are in three types. There is a bacterian camel, there's a wild bacterian camel, and a domesticated bacterian camel, and a dromedary. The dromedaries are always domesticated. They have never been wild animals in the past. These animals were handed over to the prophets in the past, and they have been with human all the way around. But the camels with two humps, some of them still found in areas like Mongolia and China. Some of them are wild, the ones with two humps. But the camel with the one hump is called a dromedary, and it is a domesticated animal. It has been mentioned many times in the Bible and in the Quran as well. It's the animal that the prophets used, and it's actually in the Quran. We are told, God tells us that He has created it as a sign to human beings, and it's a miraculous sign. So this is one of the miracles of God. The camel is one of the miracles of God.
So people, this is a dromedary type of a camel that you see in the background. It's not a wild animal, it's a domesticated animal, as being rightly put by Mr. Hassa. This has been AgriCorp, a newspaper right here in the city of the nation, Lusaka, at the Cosmopolitan Mall, right here, Makeni. Nzima is my name. Ciao, ciao. Have a good day.